By the way, can you explain what the name means, Coryphaeus thingy?
Yeah, so the name stems from ancient Greece, basically, and it's just a fancy name for a leader, and it it was meaningful to me because it represents the type of leader that is unelected. It's basically a person that you would follow and admire because of their accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
So, in regular culture, I used to hear this word when it comes to theater, cinema, um, like cinema Coryphaeus or theater Coryphaeus, someone who is innovating in that sphere and well accomplished. So that's when I first learned that word. It sort of sounded nice in my language, and initially the whole concept was a little different. I wanted to make a game that featured um, no
No RNG?
that as well, but can the concept was that it would be a pure intellectual battle without any physical violence. At the time, um, you know, I think there were all types of um, you know uh, bad things happening in the world, and so it was just my way of perhaps reducing um, you know the amount of violence that we see. But later on, you know, eventually realized that it's just a game, and why let's not reinvent the wheel, and and now it uses everything that you would expect from a card battler game, I suppose. So it was just to say that the game has evolved over the course of 7 or 8 years since
Oh,
I
that's a lot.
initially began working on it. Yeah, it's just the game seems pretty simple, perhaps, but there's definitely more than meets the eye. There's a lot of back end stuff, and but it's just my a lifelong dream to build a card game that I could be proud of, without the RNG, as you mentioned, with all cards unlocked, so that everyone could hop in and enjoy the genre. So that's just a really big mission that I have.
So it's not a collectible card game because you already have all of the cards unlocked at the start, right?
Yeah, so the concept is that you only have skins, those alternate art variants that
Hmm.
you could collect or
Okay.
purchase. So that would be the model. But now that I started working with fellow streamers more closely, we figured out a way to perhaps still give players something to look forward to and collect. So if you check the bosses section,
Mm-hmm.
uh, right now we are allowing. We basically made a few premium bosses, and it still is in line with my whole concept because the yeah. So it's
Oh,
because
so these are
the
locked and you can unlock them how?
yeah, there's a bit of a delay, but yeah, if you click on one of them, it will basically give you a price in our premium currency C
Uh-huh,
coins.
uh-huh. I see.
But the way we sort of interpreted it was that these bosses are not essential to your power level. The boss basically
It's not pay to win, I
changes.
understand, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really clever way for us to also, add that feeling of, getting more, some cards that perhaps your friends won't, and but that's a brand new thing that came out just last week.
Okay, that's
Um,
really cool. You get progression, but it doesn't imbalance the game.
Exactly, yeah, because the boss is it basically just changes a rule that applies to both players, very similar to Marvel Snap, actually. Like you
Okay.
could compare a boss to a what do you call it? An area or
Location?
the location. Yeah, those three locations. So
Mm-hmm.
here you have a boss that you can slay, and you're basically contesting the boss, and and you get to summon uh, that guy. So I think that's pretty exciting.
So killing the boss means you get to summon him on your side of the board?
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at the top right corner, you can click on the sort of see the other side of the boss, the version that will get summoned. I have a bit of a delay when I look
Oh,
on your
I
screen,
see, I
but
see, okay.
yeah,
Infernia.
not
Summon, burn, down all enemy zones. Aha, so if you summon this dude, he destroys all of the enemy board spaces, we call it?
yeah, exactly. Like this is the newest addition to the game, and it basically wins you the game. That's the
Isn't this
concept.
like auto win?
It is actually, and it is done by design because the other bosses are not as influential, and we just wanted and if you check the HP requirement, this boss has the most HP, so it's a very interesting
Yeah,
design
200
to
HP, I
to
see, yeah.
test. Yeah, yeah. So the idea is that it changes the game to the point where you no longer attack your opponent.
Yeah,
This Infernia basically demands all the attention, and you see, whoever goes first gets to decide what boss we're going to play with.
uh-huh,
So
okay.
that's an interesting thing. Basically, um, it it hopefully it will increase replayability because each game you can choose a different boss, just like in Snap you have locations,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically offers a different experience.
Okay, okay, let's put this aside for now. Let's talk about how you play the game. Do we do the tutorial?
Yeah, I mean, we can look at the tutorial one more time, and perhaps I can take notes of what
Okay.
sections we could improve on. Yeah, so
What do we take?
if you
Intro or
start,
gameplay?
yeah, maybe the intro, we can look even at that as well.
Click on cards to customize them.
Okay. Okay. Instead of building a deck, you play with one of the two card collections. Oh, so you don't build a deck in this game. You
Yeah,
get a
exactly.
pre-made card collection every game.
Yeah,
Okay. Having many cards to choose from, you may build a new deck on to go each game. I didn't understand
yeah.
that.
Right. So what I meant by that was that since you have all those cards available to you
Yeah,
during any given game, you can switch strategies and you can pick another Coryphaeus, another archetype. It's like imagine you have all your Marvel Snap cards in your deck, and then every game you can basically surprise your opponent and play different cards. Whereas typically, if you build a deck, that deck has a fixed strategy, and you most of the time cannot deviate from that strategy. Whereas here,
uh-huh,
you
uh-huh,
can mix and match different strategies.
uh-huh.
That's what I meant by on the go. Building a deck on the go. It's just a fancy way of um,
A fancy way of saying that you actually can build a new deck, regardless. That's what you're saying?
it's just that the deck doesn't really get saved. You effectively you play different cards, and you're not limited to a deck list, a saved deck list. But I mean,
No, but you are
what
limited to the either dovish or hawkish, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true. But we look at these not so much as decks, but we look at basically two collections. But it's just it depends on the way we want to interpret it. But I always like to compare this game to chess. So you have two opposing sides. The only difference is that the cards are not identical because the pieces in chess would be completely
Identical, yeah, yeah,
identical,
I
but
understand.
here we make it so that both sides are equal in power, but they have a different
Different
way of
mechanics, different, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so
So
dovish is peaceful and hawkish is aggressive.
yeah.
Okay. So can I, for example, choose dovish and my opponent will choose it as well?
Yeah, so that's all actually possible, and
Okay.
that introduces an interesting dynamic because every card in this game is unique. So we do not allow playing the same card. So if both players choose the same side,
Mm-hmm.
there's an interesting dynamic where they can play the cards that you wish to play, and you can basically steal cards from each other. So that's something that I'm still waiting for people to give feedback on. But so far, it feels like it's an interesting thing to have.
Okay.
And then obviously, if both players choose separate sides,
Mm.
then the card pulls are completely different.
Okay. Okay. I
And and
understand.
and yeah.
Okay. So you say dovish is peaceful, dovish. Peaceful and hawkish is
Yeah.
aggressive. What does that mean? What is a peaceful mechanic and what is an aggressive mechanic? Aggressive, I guess, is just attacking.
So this is largely just a flavor thing. It's just something for you to imagine. Like it's not an actual mechanic or anything. It's just
Oh, okay.
to introduce you to the world of
Oh,
Coryphaeus
I
that we
see. I
basically
see.
have.
I see. Okay.
It to me it represented like the real world. Like some people approach conflict peacefully, and others
I see.
look for ways to use force
I
and
see.
that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So it's basically factions. The dovish faction and the hawkish faction. It's not
Yeah.
it's not representing the mechanics. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we're clicking this, we can see other cards, right? Then clicking the dovish. So we
Yeah,
see
exactly.
other stuff. Summon 9 heroes with physical power to win the game. Deal direct ability damage 7 times to win the game. Take 2 blazes. Okay, okay. And the heroes are different? Oh, and the heroes are different in Hawkish and Davish. Okay. So the Coryphae is the like win condition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are the heroes? Just regular cards that you play on the board?
Yeah, so the heroes are also separated into actual archetypes or factions, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically work with your leaders, Coryphaei, that we call
Mm-hmm.
in this game. So, but the interesting thing is that you are not locked with or locked into any strategy. You can, like by design, you should look to combine different archetypes to respond to your opponent's strategy.
Okay.
And another thing to keep in mind that we haven't quite mentioned in the tutorial is that you can basically switch Coryphaeus once per game.
You can switch your
So
leader?
that yeah, exactly. So that introduces an element of surprise. You can start with one Coryphaeus, and then you are allowed to choose another one of the same side. And there's just one caveat that if you check their victory mission
Mm-hmm.
number, like
Mm-hmm.
summon 9 heroes. So when you switch, you are only allowed to pick one that has the same condition number.
Oh, so
So
if it was 9, you have to choose another 9 something to win.
exactly, yeah.
Okay. So
So
actually so
one,
actually switching is counterproductive, right? Because you get progression, but then you but maybe you get cards that fit another Coryphae. I see, I see.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
the progression actually is transferred over to the new one. So
Oh, so if I played 9 heroes with magical power and then I switch to 9, I don't know, whatever, I get the progression for the new one?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool. That's cool. I like that.
yeah, they basically work hand in hand. Obviously, you start off with one mission, but then the other guy continues your work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can interpret it in many ways, but it just works well during actual actual situations. Um, you may basically want to um, move to another strategy and still be able, because otherwise, if the game would just be too predictable. If you only had one mission, it would just be very much set in stone. So this
I see.
ability to swap is quite interesting and exciting.
So you wanted to add a bit more complexity to the game. It's definitely not simplistic like Snap. I can already see. It kind of looks a bit similar to Hearthstone because you have two sides of the board, with every player playing on their turn. Um, so let me translate this to something simplistic that I can explain to myself. So we've got two factions, the Dovish and the Hawkish factions, and we've got the Coryphae, which are basically the leaders of our army. We got the heroes that are the soldiers under our leaders, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and what are these skills?
Yeah, and a skill is just basically an exciting way to teach your hero to do an ultimate ability, and every time you summon the same hero,
Mm-hmm.
that hero has their own uh, ability that's written on the card text. But then on top of that, you can teach them a skill, if you will. You choose a
Okay.
skill corresponding to their class. So if you see those classes, mage, warrior, archer,
Yeah.
healer,
Okay.
defender, summoners, so you have to pay attention what class your hero is, and then sort of plan ahead what you're going to be able to do with the skill, and you basically get to play one skill as you summon a hero. So
Oh,
basically,
I
one
see.
hero and
I
one
see.
skill
I see.
per turn.
So the
The
hero, the
tutorial.
hero has his own some kind of mechanic, a summon, or no, sorry, but he has some kind of ability that happens after you summon, and besides that,
Yeah,
you can also give him a skill.
a skill. Yeah, and the idea of a skill is that just like in real life, you can learn a new skill, basically a new signature attack or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
but let's
So
say I pick this one just for the example, this fist power
yeah,
thingy. Does this happen once or does this happen every turn?
yeah, no. So it's a one-time activation.
Ah, okay, okay. So it only happens once together with the summon ability thingy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it happens in a sequence. The summon ability triggers first, and then you have
Yeah,
plenty of
yeah,
time
yeah.
yeah,
I understand.
to
Oh,
choose what you want to play.
uh-huh. Okay, okay. You may browse cards of the opposite side at all times. Okay, makes sense. What now? Card types. So we got Coryphae, heroes, and skills. We talked about it. Coryphae is the leader of the army. Heroes are the soldiers of the army. And skills are things like you can give skills to your soldiers, right? Can you give skills to the Coryphae? I guess not.
Yeah, no, no. Coryphaeus can be transformed, so that's an interesting thing. But
But not with the
they don't
skills.
get to
Okay.
play. Yeah, they don't get to play a skill. That's an
And
interesting one. Like,
and I see that the sorry for interrupting, but I see that the hero dude has an attack value and HP value, just like in other card games.
yeah, just like in other generic card battlers, that's what I sort of like to refer to
Mm-hmm.
that this game uses.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously haven't invented
The
the
wheel, yes,
typical.
yes.
Yeah, it was first used by Magic the Gathering, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original game of this genre.
Okay. Each class specializes in different abilities and serves a purpose. Mage is burst, direct. Warrior is high stats, slaying enemies in combat. Archer is multiple attacks. Healer restores HP. Revives slain heroes. Defender protects your allied heroes and shielding your HP. And Summoner summoning phantasms. What does that mean? That needs a bit more explanation, I think.
Yeah, so if you check the skill section and then choose Summoner,
Yes.
you will see what those phantasms look. What they are is basically another character in a form of a skill.
Uh-huh, I
Right.
see, I see.
Yeah, that's what it is, and it just has a name, Phantasm. It's not mentioned anywhere for simplicity, but a summoner gets to summon some fantastical fantasy
Oh, that's nice.
character that
I see, I see. Okay, okay.
yeah, and we haven't quite established or elaborated on this particular class, but I think in the future, because you see, obviously Marvel Snap also uses most humanoid characters, but I was thinking that if most characters are humanoids or humans, basically,
Mm-hmm.
we also want to add some
Non-human.
non-human
Yeah,
character. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I understand.
So because if I look at other games, I don't always appreciate when you have one archetype consisting of humans, then another archetype can be stones or some weird things, and I think that it would be better that these characters are separated,
Okay.
that your main soldiers are kind of humans, and
Mm-hmm.
then everything else is sort of separated. But it's a matter of taste. Um,
Okay. Okay.
in other games, like yeah,
In other games, yeah. Complete your sentence.
yeah, in other games, like it's quite interesting that you can have basically plants battling versus I don't know planes, or if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh in particular, they
Yeah.
use all types of crazy stuff there. So I didn't always appreciate that, and so I think humanoid characters is what we mostly desire, um, in my experience. But yeah,
It makes kind of sense because it's easier to identify with another human.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Turn structure. Each turn player best hero. Then you get to cast a skill that matches your hero's class. Mage, warrior, archer, healer, defender, or summoner. Only 2 cards per turn. Plan strategically. Aha. So this game doesn't have mana. It doesn't have
Yeah,
energy. You just play 1 card with a skill, and that's it
yeah.
per turn.
And that was done on purpose. The game actually did have a mana energy system initially, but I soon realized that since this game requires players to navigate the entire card collection, having mana restrictions basically, you know, increases the time they would take to make turns, and so it basically this design proved to be much easier um, to play with, and especially for new players. So
So you're
yeah,
basically eliminating a lot of limitations and making the game more less RNG and more strategic for both sides, basically.
yeah, absolutely no RNG whatsoever.
Okay.
That's the idea. Obviously, you get to randomly decide who goes first, but beyond that, um, you know, it basically plays like chess. You play one
Yeah. Both players have the same
figure.
resources. Both players get to do the same size move, I'll say.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but both have perfect information. You pretty much you can always check what cards your opponent still has
Mm-hmm.
available to them. Uh, that one is pretty. And what's interesting with this game is that I'm not sure. Like Snap probably doesn't. I guess Snap also has a problem of stream sniping. So if you play Coryphaeus, you basically don't have to worry about snipers because everyone already has perfect information. So that's an interesting
Yeah,
thing
because
to
your
do.
deck is basically the faction, and they see what you have on the board. So and there's no mana and there's no energy, so they already know what
Yeah,
you
so
can
they could.
play either way. I see.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes me exciting. Later on when the game becomes more well known and that there are more streamers and everything, I think they will appreciate that they can.
Although I would say that's not exactly solving the problem of stream sniping, because you can still make a turn or plan a turn ahead and talk about it on stream, and the dude can still listen to what you're saying.
Yeah. So that would be something to consider. But
No, you don't need to consider it, I think, as a dev. I think it's just something that streamers face. It's okay. Okay, let's look at this. This is combat. There are 5 attack options. Okay, so you can attack the opponent. That's the opponent and that's me, right? The dude in black is the opponent and this is me. Okay. So basically you win by reducing their HP to 0, right?
yeah, that's one way.
Okay. So I can attack him. I can attack his card. I can attack the boss, which is like a I don't know. How do you describe the boss here? He's like a mutual target. How do you
Yeah. Like a common objective.
common objective? That's great.
It
Okay.
literally, yeah.
And you can destroy a territory. We don't see territories here though.
Yeah, so this is an old sort of graphic. So right now, the destroy territory mechanic has been removed just to simplify things because it just proved to be a little too much and overwhelming for new players. So if you remember the boss Infernia that we spoke about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
she now uses this mechanic. Basically, if you don't attack her, she will slay your hero and then destroy, or now it's called burn down, a zone.
Okay.
We sort of renamed it. But yeah, so you don't need to worry about destroying territory. Perhaps we will reintroduce this mechanic for um, a new archetype of heroes. But for now, there's basically 2 ways to win. So that would be attacking directly and reducing opponent's HP to 0,
Mm-hmm.
or the second would be fulfilling your Coryphaeus mission.
Uh-huh.
And so the territory um, condition is now removed.
Okay. And I see there's capture Coryphaeus, so I can capture the opponent's leader, basically?
Exactly. So this is one way to counter your opponent's tempo. So if you see that your opponent is really good at um, advancing their mission,
Mm-hmm.
this is your way to capture their Coryphaeus. And while it is captured, uh, they cannot do anything with it. And so to reclaim the captured Coryphaeus, they have to slay your characters, all of them. And so it is your job to do it strategically so that it would be hard for them to uh, reclaim your Coryphaeus,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Okay.
So, and
Let's
you can
put
only
theory into
capture.
practice. Ah, okay, that's it. Okay.
And another thing is that you only capture once per game because initially it was for unlimited times, and it would end up that we would just capture each other all day.
Yeah.
So now it's just once per game, and we're still testing, still seeing what would be the most optimal, most enjoyable way to play.
So let's do I'm ready. Let's see what happens. Oh, so this is a
Yeah,
practice
absolutely.
game.
Welcome, Coryphaeus.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still waiting
that's
for that.
really loud.
Yeah. Is it? Sorry. Um, maybe.
Wait, let me lower the volume a bit. My mixer thingy. We can actually hear you. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, so what's happening here? We can pick one boss, right?
Yeah, so you're going first, and you get to choose the boss, and the boss dictates uh, the course of the game
Okay, so
until.
let's pick this one, for example. End turn, you receive 7 direct damage. So as long as the boss is alive, right? As long as the boss is alive, both players receive 7 direct damage at the end of the turn?
Yeah, exactly, and he basically pressures you guys to deal with him. Otherwise, you will just suffer because of him.
Okay, open your deck. Let's say we pick Hawkish. And now we need to summon our Coryphaeus, right? So
Yeah, like at this point, there's only one highlighted option, so you just need
oh,
to
okay.
click
Summon 9
through.
heroes with physical power to win the game. Okay.
Nice one.
Okay. Collect. What does collect blood mean?
So it's basically an item that is used by this blood child archetype.
Mm-hmm.
So some characters collect blood, and then the others will use blood to gain power, to
Uh-huh.
deal damage, that
Uh-huh.
kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm smelling sweet blood here.
Okay. Uh, and this is a skill. Deal 7 direct damage. Okay. Both you and your opponent may attack the boss. Simply click the boss card. Okay. Okay. Why did the game end so quickly though?
I'm still waiting to see what happens. Yeah, so it just demonstrated the first win condition, so reducing your opponent's HP, and you did that. Oh, obviously the tutorial is not quite up to date. Furious used to deal less damage, and now he just deals damage by default. But you can still click through, attack directly, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hawkish Flame is about to win.
It's just that the tutorial basically needs work, and I was planning to do it these days. It's just that I was
Okay, maybe
prioritizing
we'll
this one.
play a game that's not a tutorial and then we can actually see how the game works. Maybe I'll...
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I
We can
get...
have a friendly game, and
How do I get
that
out of
will-
this?
So if you look at the left corner at the bottom, or you can click through everything.
Oh.
It's going to end soon.
Ah, okay. Let's just click everything. Transform.
But there's a cogwheel. Yeah, I think you already
Beware
found
of the
it.
spirit form.
That allows you to, or maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
the
I can...
tutorial-
Oh, I can pull it and hit. Okay, okay. Okay, I see, I see. Yeah, but let's... Yeah. Tutorial kind of wants me to finish it.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that
You
it's
win.
like overlapping.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
But I think you'll manage to. Yeah, you've done it. So obviously, I'll go back to the tutorial, remove the destroy territory mechanic. Like it just needs some work, but you know, because the game just continues to evolve quite often, and you know, there's a lot of stuff to make sure that it's in order. But yes, if you want to queue up with me,
Sure.
um,
How do
you
we do
will just
that?
have to look at the friendly game at the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm. Add
And you will have
friend.
to enter Coryphaeus Corp would be my username.
How do I... Can't type there. Where do I... Oh,
so
here, okay.
You first enter the
Coryphaeus... What? Underscore corp or the space corp?
so those are two words with a space. And I'm
Space.
not sure if the capitalization matters, but those would be with capital C's.
Okay, tell me if you get the request.
So we're both searching. Let's see what happens. The matchmaking is also a little tricky and needs some.
Oh, you can just add me, Gut and Chad, you know?
Yeah. So I am searching for you as well, but I think for you, it could be that you actually need to put Coryphaeus Corp in capital.
Okay.
You know, with
Capital C's, okay.
I think so. So capital C for both words. Says it
Okay, just a sec. So it doesn't seem to be connecting.
Yeah, let me double check something. So yours. Good in chat. I think I.
With a capital G and capital C.
Let me see what I. So Coryphaeus Corp. Yeah, I think you have my name correctly.
Do you have mine correctly with the G and the C?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Saying
it
that
happened.
Welcome,
y-
Coryphaeus.
you got connected. Yeah. So I'm still waiting.
For what?
But
Because I see that I'm against you.
yeah. So that's all good. It's just that the matchmaking that this game uses is a little a little interesting. So let me see if.
A little
Yes, you're basically
interesting.
waiting. You're basically waiting for my connection, and I'm trying to see if we need to redo it, or will I
Okay.
be able to. Yeah, so that's the weak part of the game, the matchmaking. I mean, the other guys were able to play without too many problems, but in this case, would you be able to just restart the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Can I leave this window though? Or do I just Alt F4? Because I'm kind of stuck in here, I think.
Yeah, so if you open the deck, you'll see the cogwheel. Right now, it's just a little
Oh, I
hidden.
see.
Yeah, it's.
Sure, no problem. One thing I don't know if you can add, but it would help me as a streamer, but I don't know how much work it is for you, to add a borderless mode for the game. Not only windowed and full screen here.
Yeah.
So borderless helps streamers a lot.
So when you use OBS, does it not automatically remove the border? I'm not sure.
The problem
'Cause I
is
think
not the
sometimes.
border. The problem is when it's borderless, it's always active. And when it's
Oh,
full screen, what happens is the moment I alt tab, like now, you see the music stops.
yeah.
So when a game is borderless, it runs all the time in the background regardless.
Yeah, I
So
actually didn't know about that, but if that's really how it works, then I can definitely look into it, and I think there are some other settings to make it always play,
yeah,
even if it's
yeah,
minimized. But
exactly.
yeah, this is a good one. I'll definitely um, see what can be done.
Okay. So let's try
Um,
again and do a friendly game.
yeah. Let's see if the connection
So tell me when
of
to
the match.
click play.
Yeah, right now
Okay.
it should be.
Connecting. Connecting.
Yeah, so for some reason I'm not quite finding you, even though last time it was fine. So
Enemy
that's
found. It says enemy found
yeah,
here.
yeah. So that's what it says for you, but for me, like I cannot even find you. That's really interesting.
It's hard to find me, dude. I'm evasive.
Oh, okay. Like this time, I can see. Let's see what happens.
So are we connecting like point to point, or do you have like a server that the games are played through?
So currently, the game actually uses Epic's free infrastructure that basically facilitates peer-to-peer connection,
P2P,
asecure.
yeah.
Yes, so that's why one player is a host basically,
I see.
and that's why I said it was an interesting um, setup.
I
And
see.
so far, it worked fairly well with people from different continents and everything. But with you, like I can see, I remember
I'm on Steam though. I'm not on Epic. Maybe that's an issue.
Yeah, no, that should be fine. The cross-platform is enabled, and it just says enemy found for both of us, but the game doesn't want to start the session.
Okay, maybe we
And
just play against a bot or something just to demonstrate the game.
yeah, obviously, in the meantime, I can comment your test game, and maybe we can double check our matchmaking.
Okay, how do I
on
stop
two-
this connecting for now?
Yeah, just that yellow arrow
Oh,
on the left.
okay. So maybe change that arrow to an X. That makes more sense.
Right, right. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
can
let's
make-
play ranked. Let's see. Let's see the ranked game.
Yeah, so the ranked game, obviously, um, you know, the queue is mostly empty.
Yeah.
Because we're still building.
Yeah, we're in
community.
beta. Yeah, obviously.
But it will give you an option to play versus a bot, so that players could still rank up, and sort of that's how they eventually will run into each other, hopefully.
Okay.
So you can choose that option and
Yeah,
start
play now.
ranking,
Okay.
basically.
I would say that I think this window is kind of redundant. You can just say the game is against a bot right now. You don't need to. I don't think this is. This is needed. All of this explanation.
Yeah, it could be. It's just that it gives you the option, because in case you do get matched with an actual
Welcome,
player, then
Coryphaeus.
you can sort of wait it out, or maybe it doesn't even get loaded. But no, I agree. It's just a temporary thing, to show that we
Okay.
recognize.
Okay, so let's take bestials this time. Play all cowards. Okay. Okay, so basically we have a boss. We need to select our Coryphaeus, right? So we go Davish. Okay. Summon 8 Galaxians of Mars. Summon 9 heroes with magical power. Summon... Level up 9... What is level up?
Does it give you? Yeah, if you look just above the card.
Yeah, grants 1 extra power and health. Heroes naturally level up upon slaying an enemy. Ah, okay. So you need to slay enemies to level up.
Yeah.
Summon 9 crystal hearts. Advance time. Symbolic action that produces various effects. Fulfill. Okay, that doesn't really explain. Symbolic action that produces various effects.
Yeah, we use those a lot, just to add some flavor, but you know, inside them, those are basically generic abilities with you know, a symbolic name, just to give you a flavor that, you know, you're advancing time and something happens, you get stronger. That's the idea.
Okay, I don't understand it. Let's take something simplistic. This 8 Galaxians of Mars is simplistic enough?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
For it.
Good. Okay, so it's on the board. Maybe it's too small.
Yeah, so this is on purpose, because this character is not currently active, and when you transform, it will get expanded, and because we basically didn't have enough room for 2 rows of cards, and wanted to emphasize the ones that are active, that are able to attack.
Maybe what you can do here, when the card is here, to actually see what this is, instead of like making a minimized version of this, just put the art here, or like a zoomed in art, and then when you click on it, you can actually see, like, you know. But like this, like, it's very hard to see what this card is, you know.
Yeah, so if you hover it, it's actually already highlighted on the left.
Yeah, I know, but if I don't know what this is, you know.
Right. Yeah. So it requires hovering, basically, at this point.
Okay, so we need to summon 8 Galaxians of Mars to win the game, right? So how do we do that?
Yeah. So if you look at
Oh, some of the heroes are Galaxian of Mars. Okay, I see.
yeah, the
Okay.
archetype, and if you look at the left card panel, just above the heroes, you have those classes, and then it says all cards.
Yes.
So that's an
Okay.
too.
See.
could perhaps make it so that it automatically opens it, but you know, when you get better at the game, you will realize that perhaps you want to deviate from, you know, the most typical plays.
Okay,
And
so
that's why
so I picked this dude, and I don't know. Does it matter what I pick here?
yeah, so that guy gets to attack twice. Obviously, you want to slay your enemy character. But you also have to pay attention to boss bestias who will slay everyone who hasn't attacked it.
Oh, so cowards are the dudes who didn't attack the boss?
Yeah, like in the literal sense, cowards are the ones who avoid battle.
Okay.
So now you know the strategy begins. Actually, I can tell you up front what would be the best play. Do you see that skill card, Unleashed Energy, the first one?
Yes.
So if you play it to gain 5 power.
Yes. So now I have 10 attack, okay?
Yeah, and since you can attack twice, the best thing would be to
Kill the
slay
boss.
Bestias straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away, you can click twice on it. Just very simple. Yeah, wait for the action to come through. But
Okay.
yeah, now Bestias comes to your side of the field. It slayed the enemies and now
Slay all enemies. Enemies are considered the heroes, right? Not the opponent and not the Coryphae. Just the heroes.
Exactly. Yeah, the enemies. Yeah, yeah. And now since you ended your turn, there's also this mechanic that if you don't attack, your character basically gets minimized, as you saw. So Bestias is now sort of it became invulnerable. The idea is that if your characters don't engage in battle, they are considered peaceful, and that's the way to sort of protect them and strategically stack them if you want to make a stronger turn, like right now.
I see, I see.
If you had, if you had left Bestias on board, or if you had attacked, you know, the bot would have probably dealt with it. So I mean, we'll come to that, but there are basically layers of strategy when it comes to battle choices.
Okay, so Charmy charmed and took control of this dude that we had last turn, right?
Yeah, and that's permanent.
Oh, it's permanent, so they have this for the rest of the game.
Yeah, like we sort of fiddled with it. At some point, it was just for a turn, but then it was 2 weeks. So now it's a permanent effect.
I see. So now that there's no boss, we're basically fighting more for the board and for the base damage, right?
Exactly.
What happens if I do this? Capture Coryphaeus. I can just I click this and it just happens?
Yes, if you read it, it says that you need a hero to attack. So obviously, a boss is also considered your ally who can attack and capture. So, but obviously, you have to keep in mind or plan ahead and think what's going to happen next.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but basically, capturing your Coryphaeus takes enemy Coryphaeus takes away 1 turn of tempo for them, because they will not be able to advance their mission until they can rescue it. So,
understood.
For the time being, you don't necessarily need to capture. It's you know, advisable to only do that when you see that you know, your opponent is about to complete the mission, perhaps. But yeah. For now, obviously, it would be best to just follow your Coryphaeus mission and keep summoning another Galaxian of Mars.
Okay.
Heartbreak, my signature.
Okay, so I attacked her and it killed her.
Power up.
Uh-huh, okay. I see, I see.
Except you obviously skipped a turn. You still could have played more.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Revive a Galaxian of Mars. Choose a card to activate. What do you mean? Choose a
Yeah,
card
so
to
this guy, you know, your guy is still on the enemy's side, so you basically have no targets. But when you have slain characters, you would be able to revive them. For now, to cancel, you can just click anywhere, and this ability will just fizzle out.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so can I heal myself, my face?
Yep, yep.
Greetings.
Restoring HP is precisely healing your player character.
Okay, nice. And we don't have
So
to
that's a
attack,
strong-
because... I mean, I
You
can
don't
kill
have
the
to.
cherry dude. Maybe.
Yeah, and that's where the strategy begins, and you know it's for you to sort of experience this game and figure out the optimal plays.
Attack directly? No, I can't because I already attacked the hero. Okay.
Yeah, those buttons also need sort of
Lovely if you
tweaking.
say.
They should automatically get collapsed. It's just something that I'll be working on.
Okay. Okay, so this guy has a lot of heartbreakers. Ah, because he's playing Rose. Okay, I see.
Yeah, the boss is not really smart, and I see that their mission is not even triggering. So you know, the game was mostly designed for player versus player experience, and so I never intended for players to spend too much time on battling it out versus bots. So I'm basically not spending time to improve the bot, but we'll see if there's demand. Perhaps we can introduce better experiences.
They keep taking my card, it's annoying.
Yeah. So that's a pretty strong mechanic, but if you follow your mission, you should be able to win. And for example,
How do
if you
I know
play-
my current progression? How many
So
Galaxians did I summon?
yeah, so it's right below your HP bar.
Oh, 3 out of 8. Okay.
3 out of 8, yeah.
Okay. Step up a symbolic action. Again with that symbolic action.
Power up.
Okay. And turn.
It's not over, sisters.
Okay.
Power up.
Ow. I'm getting destroyed here.
Yeah, so at this point, you should probably look at some skills that can bounce back everything. That's what I would do potentially. So there are some mage and healer skills that allow you to bounce back everything. So if you check them, yeah,
Bounce
those,
back an enemy.
filters.
Bounce back
yeah.
all aggressive enemies.
Yeah, that's what you would like. So now you would have to deviate from your Galaxians of Mars and pick any mage
Yeah.
and then use that send them home card, and that would deal with your enemy's board, basically.
I see. Okay, let's take this.
Cosmic spells.
Do the...
You could even
Send them
swap
home.
your Coryphaeus at this point, actually, and then you would... Yeah, obviously you've done that, so that's fine. Yeah.
And we can attack directly because there's nothing else to attack.
Yeah.
Seduction is my art. Heartbreak, my signature.
Ow. Okay, it's very interesting that you play a card and you attack with it at the same turn. It's unlike Hearthstone and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wanted this on purpose because I thought it would just, make the game less static and
Yeah.
more
Venus will not
action.
fall.
Greetings.
And attack directly, I guess. And end turn.
Oh, just don't fall in love.
Ah, we're getting destroyed.
Good game.
So... can we still bounce back stuff?
probably use the healer version. There's a similar card on the
Yeah,
healer
I see.
side,
I
I
see.
believe.
I see. So the question is there a Galaxian of Mars that's a healer? No. Okay.
No, but I think if you want to follow my advice, you can replace your Coryphaeus. So if you navigate to the Coryphaeus tab,
Yeah.
you could switch to Galaxians of Venus. So that would be Fozy, the only highlighted one.
Welcome the new Coryphaeus.
Okay.
You choose her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting to see what you do. Yeah, so now I see Fozy's the new Coryphaeus. And now you can switch over to the heroes and check the
Galaxians of Venus.
of Venus, yeah. And so you can continue your mission with the requirement of 8 characters, and you see some healers over there. Obviously, they're not very useful, but at least you can advance your mission and use that powerful. So you use the defender at this point, which is fine as well.
Okay.
You're still only 3 heroes away from winning, so now you have to shield up. Like if you check those shields, they are pretty useful.
Yeah, I did heavy
I would
shield.
use, yeah, one of them. And I guess the game hasn't quite shown the distinction between power stats. So the ones that have a sword, they deal physical damage, and then the ones with a staff,
Yeah.
they deal. You understand that?
Yeah. Okay.
Intuitively, right?
Yeah.
And so the shields work the same way. They protect
Uh-huh,
from one or the other.
I see.
So that's an interesting mechanic. This was actually inspired
got you,
from
girls.
MOBA games. They use that distinction, and I thought that would be something interesting to have as well.
Okay.
It's a pretty generic concept, but
Okay. So gain 10 magical shield.
Fight me, boys.
yeah. So now you have a great turn with Agatha, the healer Agatha. Oh, so you picked something else, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
You obviously have plenty of shields, which is great, and basically next turn, if you summon.
Oh, the shield is
Joker-
here. I would suggest this shield, this 30 shield, to show on the HP bar instead of like this, like an extra 30 in blue, you know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise
potentially.
this is kind of confusing.
Yeah, so your HP obviously remains the same, but the shield will absorb the damage. So for example, if you have 100 HP and shield, then it's a little complicated to
It's not
you
over.
know show it. But
I don't think it's complicated, but okay.
Power up.
like to show a representation of the. I mean, it could be possible, like, but.
Okay,
now
so
that you
Agatha.
you see
We play
shield
Agatha.
reacted. Yeah. So if you summon her and
I'll
revive
save Venus until my last breath.
another Galaxian, you will get your mission completed.
Oh, I
The winner-
see.
Congratulations.
I
We're
see.
still waiting to see what happens, but
I see.
victory, yeah. We can make the victory screen more exciting and the whole mission thing, but that's one way to do it, one way to win. So congratulations.
Okay, so what I understand is that things here are quite different from any other card game I've seen or played. If everyone can play the same cards and you also have that bounce back thingy, then flooding the board is not really always a good idea, right? Because you can get countered.
That's true, yeah, and that's on purpose by design because we wanted to give ways to basically
Deal with anything, yeah. Have a counter for everything, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and you know, because the game is called Championships, like we ideally want to offer great tournament experiences. So it would be great to see that back and forth action with players being able to make comebacks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand. So you can't really be aggro from the start. You will pay a price for just summoning heroes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think we've kind of covered the basics. I probably need to play the game by myself a bit more to just familiarize myself with everything. But overall, I kind of understand the basics. What I understand is this. We play one of the two factions. We play one card plus one skill each turn. We can attack that turn with the card that we just played. We win by either completing the Coryphaeus mission or by just putting our opponent's health to 0. And we have a mutual, a common objective, as you said, the boss, that can aid us if we kill him, if we slay him. That's basically it. We don't see the territory thingy here. So you said you disabled it for now.
It's now disabled. Yeah, so you got everything just right, and obviously this game tests your knowledge on the whole card collection, on the most powerful cards and combinations, and that's what you will, or any player will figure out for themselves. But I'm really glad that we managed to, you know, learn the ropes and
Me too.
and
It was very interesting.
I think the game, and obviously going forward, if I get any requests how to make the game sort of easier to learn and improve the overall experience, as I mentioned, the game continues to evolve almost every day, and we'll see what we manage to make it in the end.
The only visual thing that I could say is what I said about the Coryphaeus. Just make it like zoomed into the art or something, so you can actually see what this card is. Because right now, if you need to hover to see it, but otherwise you can't. So I would do that. And also another thing. What?
So sorry, your suggestion would be I didn't quite catch it.
So like the
to make this
Coryphaeus
work-
here, right here, that you have it like it's really
Put it-
small, right?
Basically, put it on the left, but in full size.
No, I'm saying this here, this card here, instead of just a minimized version of the card, just take the Coryphaeus, let's say, I don't know, whoever, whatever, and zoom in on their face. And just put a zoomed in face here so that you can still see what it is without hovering. See what I mean?
Yeah, but I think the problem is that on the left side we use a preview card that whenever you hover cards on the deck card collection panel, so that place is sort of taken unless you thought.
I don't think you understood what I said, so
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out because I'm looking at the screen and there's a bit of
Welcome,
like 5-second delay.
it's okay, it's okay. We'll
Yeah.
I will explain. It's not a problem. Okay,
It would be
so
interesting.
so look at this. You see his here on his side, but the minimized version here that we see here is very small. I need to hover to see what it is, right? So what I'm suggesting is for this minimized version, instead of putting like just a smaller version of the card, take this out that you already made, right? Zoom in on his face. And so here, this thing would only be a zoomed face. So you can still see what this is. And when you hover, you see the description.
And then you see the full card.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting one. So that's what the Legends of Runeterra did with their cards. I remember.
Okay.
So that's an interesting way to solve this problem. I actually haven't thought about it. So I'll see what I can do. It will require, the zoom in thing. But I think, generally the idea was to portray the cards in their original dimensions and everything, but I do agree that the current thing is not quite ideal. It's just that we got used to it with the players, and it was. But I'll definitely consider your suggestions. So
Okay. Nice.
thank
By
you
the way, who
for
made all the art? Because the
mentioning.
art is really cool.
Uh, yeah, thank you. Obviously I used my original sketches.
Oh,
And
you made
took
everything?
along. Yeah, I actually painted all of the most of the cards, and but they were less appealing uh, because I had to paint so many, and I sort of had to rush, and so we did have to resort to improving the details with the help of generative AI.
That
So
doesn't
that's
matter. It's still your sketches.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's a technology that is being used more and more every day. And on the Steam page, if you check it out, like I did give a promise that once we get resources, we will be delivering more authentic artworks and perhaps better quality, because I obviously do want to continue increasing the appeal, of the visuals, of the illustrations, and everything. So, it's still in the works, but, I do what I can with my uh, limited resources. And yeah,
What deck is this? I think this is the Hawkish deck.
exactly. Yeah.
We
You're
didn't
going
even
to the
choose the
current
Coryphaeus yet, I think. Oh, maybe we
Yeah, like
did?
if you skipped your turns, the game sort of didn't quite require you, but
Yeah.
obviously you're
You
putting
should. You
yourself in,
should. Yeah.
and you should, obviously. It's in your best interest to play it. Um,
I'm okay, reviews. We're doing a learning session about this game called Coryphaeus Championships with the developer. Hope you guys can hear him as well. Um, hmm. I think you guys can hear him. If not, tell me.
if not, then it'll be a little funny, but
Yeah, a little bit awkward. Yeah, you hear another voice. Okay, so the another voice is the developer of this game, and we're trying it out. Yeah, I do agree that the art can be like, um, if you add variants and skins and stuff like that, uh, it's gonna
we
take a
also
lot of
have
work, but
a few. So the Coryphaeus cards have alternate variants. If you go back to card collection in the main menu, you will be able to explore them.
okay, let's do
And
that.
then we
Oh,
also
oops, I left the
allow.
game completely. Oops.
You did, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, we can explore the customization, because this game actually features something that is also unique and you won't find in other games, because it actually will allow you to make uh, distinct designs
Click on
in
parts
terms
to
of the
customize them.
borders. Like if you find the cards section, because other games just give you a predefined alternate variants, I believe.
Okay.
But if you check, so obviously if you check any Coryphaeus card,
Oh, so you do have
if you check
variants already.
exactly, yeah. But not for every card. Currently, you have for every Coryphaeus, and then some of the heroes. Yeah, some of them, but like one for each archetype for the time being. I up until now I just wanted to focus on bringing as many players as possible, and getting feedback and focusing on gameplay. And the more players we have, the more I'll be able to focus on other things. Um,
I like the variants, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, and we actually, for example, I was making, or I was streaming and inviting players to challenge me in a so-called slay the like what do I call it? Beat the developer. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
Basically,
okay.
you beat the developer, and if you happen to beat me, you get a premium currency. So I just wanted to say that there are more ways to gain premium currency and unlock these cosmetics. We also invite players to participate in tournaments. I envision offering daily tournaments, ideally. But again, so far, players, um, we basically don't have enough players. They mostly visit by themselves, and everyone is just waiting on the sidelines, to see if the game gets recognized and uh, if more people can join.
Yeah.
So that's why um, we are building a network of smaller streamers, getting their feedback and seeing what we can do together. So obviously, if we can continue exploring the game, it would be my honor to join forces with you in particular. I would be doing what I can from my side to equip you so that your stream can grow, that you can have
Yeah, yeah.
exclusive stuff.
Understood.
Perhaps you can make reveals. We basically work as actual partners, trying to get the game on the map, so to speak.
I understand.
And then if you check,
There's no skins for the heroes, by the way?
yeah, so I can show you which heroes have like the ones on the drop down, the featured ones. So if you open, let's say, Galaxians of Mars,
Yeah.
or if you were on the Hawker side,
I'm not on the
you can
hawker
open.
side. How do I switch?
So you see that you chose the Hawker side, like it has the you basically click on that thingy,
What
um,
thingy?
on the text, on the actual text. You chose the Hawker side, and it has uh,
What?
so you see at the top left corner, it basically says you chose the Hawker
Oh,
side, and it
okay,
has
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it had that little icon um, indicating that you can switch. Yeah. So now if you navigate back to heroes,
Yes.
and then the drop down menu, the all cards drop down.
Yes. Galaxian of
It takes
Venus?
time. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see it on my end, but yeah. So the drop down basically shows you which are the featured main characters, and for Venus, I believe you will have a skin option for Nora, and then for Mars, it will be Mar. You see, like you just clicked
Noah,
on it, and you have a
Noah, Noah.
glowing. Yeah, for the time being, it's just those glowing animated
Ah, okay,
versions.
okay. It's not
But
another art, it's just like a background. Okay.
yeah, it's a glowing, yeah. So obviously, as you understand it, it will take a bit of time, and maybe we will take some suggestions from players, what kind of skins in particular they would appreciate the most.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it would be, but yeah, there are many options, and I just wanted to showcase the design section on the right side. You can actually specify border, weapon, health, and you can make a rather
Oh,
unique design for yourself, which I believe does not exist in any other game.
for
And
each
you can
card?
for each card, yeah.
The
Like
Dev Slayer
obviously,
2024.
yeah, the Death Slayer. You can get these if you beat me. Basically, that's the promotion.
That's cute that you can actually customize the card that deeply. I've never seen something like
Yeah,
that.
and yeah, you see, even the font, and we'll probably add more options. But that's something I'm quite excited about myself. I currently, and if you check the basic design, it also allows you to improve the premium design. If you see the
Yeah.
arrow next to,
Yeah, but I can't
it
do the
basically
premium, I need the currency.
unlocks. Yeah, but you can preview them. if you continue to navigate the borders and weapons, you'll see some more options, I believe.
Oh, I see.
Just a preview to see what is available.
I see.
Yes, so more borders you see, and you
That's a
can
cute. That's a
really
cute cosmetics edition.
yeah, exactly. Like you make your card your own, basically, and it could be that you will make a combination of design choices that no other player has. Like it will be possible in a way.
Yeah.
Like you can have one border, but a different, and 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 we can customize even more details. For example, that class icon is not customizable, but we can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Okay. I mean, okay. I think I understood the basics of the game. I think I understood the basics of your cosmetics system. Um. Okay. Okay. I do think there are a few things that are that need improvement, but obviously it's a beta, so
absolutely,
definitely.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. We will continue improving everything that needs work. I just wanted to mention that in terms of cosmetics, we also have playmats. If you go back to the main menu, you'll see those. Um, what else? Obviously, there's
Playmats, where
card
is that?
backs.
Playmats, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, playmats. So that's just something that is displayed on your side of the table,
Yeah.
and we can make those more exciting and more colorful. But and the last thing I believe is the actual emotes. Uh,
Oh,
if
how
if
could
you
I
go back,
forget? You can emote. Okay.
yeah, so that's actually something that players had different opinions on, but that's also another thing that's unique to this game. You don't really have 3D characters in other card games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you check your profile uh,
Profile,
at the
yes.
bottom,
So I say,
just loading
Greetings.
to
Good
see.
game.
Yeah, yeah, and
oh,
then if you yeah, and then you have on the right side you have the emote packs. Um, so
emote
those are
packs.
so this is
Oh, I see. I
mostly
see.
to
I see.
give you something to do to kill time while your opponent is making a play, and it's just a cheeky,
Some of these are pretty
playful.
cute.
Judge.
Yeah, and we will be adding more, and
Good
I'm
game.
quite excited about
Greetings.
watching people play
MMA
and
kick. Damn. Okay. Nice. That's a nice addition. Can you change your dude, like
you
his
can, yeah, if you just
appearance?
click on the character itself,
Mm-hmm.
you have some free options, and then we will be adding premium ones.
Oh, I
So
see. I see.
you can have a female version.
That's cute.
You can change the face.
How do I change the
Obviously,
face?
some people said they didn't appreciate the models. They thought they looked goofy or whatever. So we
Really? I like
can
him.
maybe, yeah, I thought they at least they give you a representation of an actual human being. You need to click save if you want to make them stick.
Oh, you can switch
Um,
to female. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, later on we can even, increase the, make them more detailed, or maybe change the graphics, make them more realistic, yeah,
I
or
see.
whatever people feel like, they want. But yeah, I'm just really doing everything to make the card game genre accessible, fun, and fair.
Okay. I would say about this like home menu thingy.
Yeah.
There's too much stuff in here. I
Yeah,
think
that's
I think
true,
you
that's
need to
true.
narrow this down to like a very big play button and a very big store button and like like cosmetics button for the playmats and for the cards and like it's a bit too much stuff and a bit too
It
much text, I think.
it probably is. It's just that, obviously it was my unique personal take on my, ideal user interface. And I had this fear that, if we bury certain options under, deeper within the UI, people will not discover them, particularly the tournament section. So the biggest sections are the ones that I want players to pay attention. But I do agree that over time, I just kept adding more and more stuff, and everything is on the front page. So, yeah, we will probably redesign it altogether, perhaps make it similar to how, other games have it. Uh,
I've got a
yeah,
great suggestion for you to um, simplify that because
right.
you and I have like completely different attitudes. I always want to simplify things, and it seems like you like to keep things like optional and more complex with everything possible to change. So what I would suggest
Yeah.
to accommodate both options, you can just have a simplified menu, and you can also have a complex menu, like more detailed menu, and you can just like have some kind of button that switches
Yeah.
between those. And I think that's,
That, that,
I don't know, you can call it simple and advanced or something like that. Because the issue is, think about a player that just started the game, that just opened it. They have no idea what's going on here. They don't know what the tournament is about. They don't know what the playmats are. They don't know what's going on. And the important thing is to let them play, right? The first thing, let them play. So I think simplifying it for a new player is important to just like, you know, funnel them into playing the game and learning the game instead of like losing themselves in a lot of text. And that's what happened to me, but it's only because I don't, I'm already used to the simplified Marvel Snap UI.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. So that's something to work on, and I appreciate you highlighting this problem. Um, yeah,
Oh, there's a login reward. Wait, I got
yeah, yeah.
100 gold.
Like
Let's go.
every single day, we want people to keep coming back, and that's just a little symbolic thing. Currently, you can only get playmats, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but we can add more options to redeem that gold for.
So
But
gold is something that you can get from stuff in the game, and these coins are only if you pay for them. It's like a premium thingy.
yeah, yeah. You either pay for them or we give them out as tournament prizes. And
I see.
right now, even your stream has a Twitch drops. So we have Twitch drops running, and
Oh, I see.
viewers will be able to claim C coins. So I think that's nice.
I see. I see. Okay, it seems like you already thought of everything in this game. So this is an open beta. Do you have some kind of official release date for the game?
So obviously on Steam, I have mentioned that the plan would be to um, nail all of the outstanding bugs and everything, and it would be nice to have a full release on by the end of 2025. But it,
Okay.
it really depends on um, if we can get enough players enjoying the game, and it really depends on their feedback. Um, but we will continue polishing, improving, solving bugs for as long as the game exists. And I mean, personally, I consider the game already fully functional. Obviously, it still has connection issues and some other stuff. But I recommend people to don't miss out and don't sleep on it because it's functional. We can have tournaments, we have prizes, we can have and you yeah, and what I also think is quite exciting is that I'm the type of developer who, pays attention to every single player, and I don't think you can reach developers, so closely for other games. So, that's just something to take advantage of. We can build a game together because I do take
That's cool.
criticisms and advice, and it's in my best interest to um, deliver what players want. So,
Okay. Okay. I think it's okay. It's enough for now.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure to, talk things through with you, and yeah, we can take a break and perhaps continue our conversation in private and see where that goes. But yeah, it's been my pleasure. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be tuning out, but